Hey friends, happy solar eclipse. Here we are. My name's Andrea Blythe of Let Love Rise, and I storytell through the moon, music, mindset, and the magi. But let's talk about the beautiful moon that is going to be eclipsing our sun tomorrow, April 8th. So I am a Boise local. We will be experiencing about 35% of the eclipse here in Idaho, and that's occurring about 12:30 p.m. On Monday, April 8th. And so what does it mean? Like where we are on planet Earth, there's an alignment, and it's not just the moon and then the sun, but we also have this exact conjunction. That means they're just sitting next to each other with Chiron, the wounded healer. And I've talked a lot about Chiron. I have a playlist called Chiron Healing, because Chiron is the wounded healer depicted by the centaur. And he was cast out. He was not allowed to be a part of the group and the collective. And he in turn, there's a great mythology that I recommend if you're into mythology, that you might look up Molly McCord. She did a beautiful full story on this centaur. But essentially he learns, his journey is not with the rest of the centaurs, right? He has to forge his own path, and then on that path he's introduced to a wisdom tradition. There's many different wisdom traditions, things that he wouldn't normally have been exposed to, that help him grow on his journey. And he learned how to heal himself through medicinal elements from the earth, just healing his body. And so Chiron, this wounded healer in this complete alignment, is calling our attention to what in us needs to be healed. So it is helpful to know, if you have had your astrological natal chart done, to know in what sign and in what house Chiron and this eclipse is taking place. So it's in Aries. So what wheel of the zodiac is Aries for you? And then where is your Chiron? And it will just kind of shine a light, or block a light. Actually, that's what is happening tomorrow. On this area of your life where there is a story, there is a pattern, perhaps there is something that is wanting to be healed. And often when we're healing a wound, when we are, like forgiving and doing all the hard work, letting go and releasing, there is sadness, there is grief, there is sorrow, there is this letting go. And sometimes it's things that we know we want to let go of. We know it's in our best interest, and we're going to make a proactive decision to let something go. And other times something is removed from our lives. And so there's those geese are so loud. There's all of that energy available at an eclipse that we can work with how we see fit. So I just got back from this really, really beautiful global drum circle. So it's happening all around the world today. It's a healing drum circle. I would like to thank personally here Cosmic Pulse for pulling our community together, for raising the vibration and allowing us all to tap into our original drum beat, which is our heart. And so we just sat in the park for the last couple of hours, drumming, creating rhythm, finding a community beat, and then changing the beat and ebbing and flowing with that. And what's beautiful about this drum circle, there was a call and response, a song. I'm like, oh, am I brave enough to sing it? It goes, I release control and surrender to the flow of love that heals me. So we just sang this over and over. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that heals me. This eclipse season is healing some deep wounds in us. And when we know better, we do better. I just always go back to Maya Angelou. When we know better, we do better. When we know what is the wound that we're working through, and when we actively take moments like I was able to just this morning, and that's happening around the world, by the way. This global, it's at 11:33 in countries all over the world. There's 26 countries around the world that are drumming and healing. You know, sometimes it's a very personal healing that's taking place, and sometimes it's on a collective. And again, that has a lot to do with where these planets fall for you. For me, I'm on a very personal healing journey right here, and I share a lot of my stories over on Let Love Rise, the blog that started it all 3 years ago. 3 years ago. It was during my spring break. It was April 12th of 2021. I decided to start publicly sharing my story, and I have the original story. You could hear it. I read it on YouTube, or you could read it on the blog, and it's called Looking for Space. Looking for space, all about taking that first step in a journey into the unknown. So I still I still surrender, I guess, to the unfolding of what Let Love Rise is. And I hope that wherever you are in your story, that you can see that there are moments where we can take control and we take action steps forward. And then there are times where we surrender to the flow. And I have been really working with that energy with the creation of Let Love Rise. So all I want to say here right now is there is something big being announced next week. I feel like it is the next right thing for Let Love Rise. So stay tuned for that. It's more about how you can engage in actively learning about your moon and tapping into music, like that drum community, music, mindset, and the Magi, and be a part of a community that is just wanting to intentionally be the co-creator of their life. We are manifesting all the time. All the time we're manifesting, we are creating our reality. So there comes a point in time where perhaps you're ready for a change. And if that's you, if you are ready to embrace these energies, these ecliptic energies, and whatever needs to let go. And it's usually like, can we just start with ego first? Ego is usually the first thing that we have to let go of. And it's not a one and done. No releasing is ever a one and done. It's again and again and again. But if you're ready to create some positive change, some forward movement in your life, I invite you to join Let Love Rise. You can join my mailing list and be of the first to know about the 3-year anniversary announcement that's coming next week. And you can do that by, if you grab a copy of the Chiron healing playlist that I have for you, that will automatically bring you into my emailing list, and then you'll be the first to know. And then it's my true hope that that playlist will anchor you and walk you through this journey of transformation. It doesn't matter what we are changing in our lives or what's transforming in our lives. Every change brings with it grief. There's something that we are leaving behind in order for something new to come into our lives. It could be, you know, a simple, like a job. You can have job grief if you go from one to the other. There are things that you're going to miss, and there's certainly the comfort of what's known. Being in this space of unknown is very scary, but I tell ya, it is such a joyful ride when you decide that yes, it's scary, but you know what? I'm more courageous than I am scared, and I have a dream inside of me, and I'm going to see it manifest. I am going to create this because I know that what is wanting to be birthed in me is mine to share, to help others along their way so they can find what is within them so that they can birth that and share. And the spark goes on and on and on. The ripple goes out and out and out, just like the rhythm is going across the globe today, sending healing vibes as we move into this eclipse. So What I'll say to you is if you are feeling the ecliptic energies really strongly, if you're feeling sadness and tears out of nowhere, just allow it to be, allow them to come, allow it to wash through you. Take really good care of yourself. Perhaps you want to sit in a hot tub or a bathtub or just under a hot shower. Make some tea. I've got my favorite chai tea here from a place I used to come to often. Shout out to 06 in Boise, Idaho. Yeah, I miss that place. So just finding ways to comfort yourself, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, write about it. I think that it's a great time to write about what's coming up for you. And very importantly, this is a new moon. It's a new moon in Aries. So new moons are always an opportunity to plant a new intention. So think about what it is that you are healing and letting go of with the eclipse. And then on the other side of that, what is the seed that you're planting? What is it that you dream of for yourself? And it doesn't have to be this humongous thing. It could be just something really simple. It could be doing yoga once a week. It could be, cooking more vegetables and eating the rainbow, which I'm trying to do once again. That's how I was raised. And, the detour took me elsewhere, but I'm coming back to myself and to healing myself and to knowing how to properly, nourish myself and to make the time to do it, to prioritize it. So just listen to your body. Your body is giving you probably the best messages during this time to think about what it needs, and moving your body in a really loving, gentle way. Perhaps it's getting a massage, perhaps it's doing Tai Chi, perhaps it is stretching, walking, running, swimming. Whatever feels good in your body is wanting to tell you where things are good and where things need a little bit more attention. So that's it, my friends. I will see you on the other side of this portal, this eclipse, and spiritual warriors. That's what we're doing here. We are armoring ourselves up in the truth of love and of something that wants to power, a creative, inventive power that wants to co-create with us. Are we ready to take the call to co-create with, come on, people. How amazing are these clouds? So, happy new moon. Set some intentions. Solar eclipse, just love on yourself. Do what feels right. Tune in. It's a time for us to start tuning in more and more to our inner voices, our intuition, and our bodies. So, that's what I have for now. Big announcement on Let Love Rise coming this week. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.